Hi folks, how you doing? Just a quick one about animal suffering, wild animal suffering, and how we should do something about it. So most people think that when an animal, for example, a gazelle, gets killed by a lion or whatever, they think it's part of nature and we shouldn't intervene. But I think differently. Seems to me that the morality of killing an animal yourself and letting a predator do it is kind of the same thing, except it's just a little bit more practically difficult to stop predators than to stop yourself or stop other humans, because we can have laws about that. But we can totally do it, I think. And I think it'd be worth doing because I think it must be terrible to be eaten by a lion and to live a life where you're constantly being chased by lions and you regularly see your relatives getting eaten by lions. So we can give these creatures a better life by getting rid of lions, and same is true of all other predators in the wild. Now, I often have a good plan in videos that I've worked out to my satisfaction. But in this case, I must admit, I don't have much of a clue about biology and the practicalities of these things. And I admit, getting rid of all predators from the wild seems like a complicated business. But my view is that we should try, and I'm open to hearing objections, and I'm happy to think about those objections. And but I think in general we should be trying to move in this direction, and that's what I think. So I realize that there's one obvious problem, that if you get rid of the predators, the prey are going to multiply in greater numbers. So we could get overrun with these prey animals. For example, if we get rid of the prey of rats, we could end up with millions of rats everywhere. I don't know if that is actually the case with rats or with gazelles or deer or whatever. I don't really know the facts, but my solution for that would be that we sterilize these animals. So that's going to be difficult. We have to sterilize every one of them, or every female, or every male, or something. So it would be difficult. Also, another ethical issue is the way we sterilize animals like cats is to cut their balls off, and that's not very nice. So it'd be really good if we can have a more humane alternative, like the sort of alternatives we use when we want to sterilize ourselves. So something a bit more pleasant than balls being cut off, I think, should be the order of the day. What what becomes of the predators? I should also mention. I guess we keep a few of them, but we keep them in safari parks or something, or we make some island like Zanzibar or somewhere a lion place. Um, but in general, we kind of get rid of them. Yeah, we don't want them to go extinct. We want to keep their genes active or whatever. And so I think that might address it. I suppose it is impractical when you go down to small scales, because I think predation, or whatever the word is happening at all levels. There's probably like big amoebas going around eating little amoebas or whatever. So at some level of scale, it becomes impractical. But luckily, the smaller scale animals tend to be ones that don't feel pain so much, I imagine, or aren't quite as intelligent or aware of what's happening to them. Hopefully, so we can certainly get rid of lions, I think, and getting down to lower scales. I don't know, like foxes in the UK, are they going around eating mice and things? I don't really know the facts, but it seems possible we could sterilize the foxes. But you get down to a certain level, get down to mice eating smaller things or whatever, you're obviously going to get to some point where it is going to be difficult to stop. Oh, I suppose the last point is that you got to watch what you're doing to the environment in general, because these animals affect how many plants there are growing and so on. So get rid of the predators, you get more herbivores around, they can eat a lot of plants. So this is why we got to do all this sterilization and in general be careful about what we're doing and think about it, try it in different places tentatively. Anyway, those are my thoughts on ending wild animal suffering, or ending the suffering of prey at least. And I hope you're all good. All the best.